Rappers have been caught carrying drugs into jail before, which is absurd. Young Thug attempted to record music through the courthouse to use Tory Lanez's fully equipped cell, a wind-down value up game system, and a flat-screen TV were all owned by Chef G. Melly, have been working on pipe bombs and shanks. Given the list of items he could take with Will Shock and sneak into the prison, Dario is going to have a fantastic time there. Initially, let us discuss the cell phone. Dario may have a cell phone while he is in prison. The OTF chief initially spoke from a prison cell in a rumored jail chat that surfaced a few days earlier. An Instagram user going by the handle 900brabra posted an audio recording purportedly including the OTF boss in the 2-minute conversation. Even though the situation is difficult, Lil Durk is heard being upbeat and tells the caller that he is content and resolved to go back home and be with his family.
I said, I know you're rich. If you need anything, you know I got you. I appreciate it.
Additionally, a myth that has been circulating on social media was addressed. By claiming that he is on the same line as other prisoners and does not receive any preferential treatment, the rapper in the recording angrily refutes the myth that he is in protective custody. Divergent opinions were expressed in response to this assertion. Some viewed it as proof of his tenacity. The post description stated, "Just got off the phone with my brother Lil Durk. He's in good spirits, staying positive, and fighting to get back home to his kids and family," even though some users were still doubting the call's veracity. To claim we're more than just street dudes would be an understatement indeed. No matter how wealthy we are honor and code men. Although Lil Durk's Instagram activity suggests that he is associated with the OTF label, he has collaborated with OTF artists like Bonnie Mo and posted photos with Book of 600. His relationship with 900brabra is still unclear. The lack of official confirmation, however, creates concerns as the public continues to doubt the audio's accuracy. His use of a cell phone while detained is not unprecedented though. New York rapper Casanova utilized social media to issue a warning about life behind bars.
Yo, look, you don't want to come here, I'm telling you. You don't want to come here, trust me.
The rapper previously said he thought he would die in prison, so he advised young people not to go there. He said, "I hope you're young and funny. You might die here, but always remember what's gangster, because this jail isn't gangster at all." Tay K, another rapper who was caught using a cell phone while incarcerated, was allegedly kept in solitary confinement for 23 hours per day. The caption reads, "On July 25, sheriff's officers found a cell phone concealed in TK's underwear, which further complicated his legal situation. When confronted, prison personnel acted immediately. Tay K allegedly tried to destroy the phone, which led to a brawl. The situation rapidly spiraled out of control, attracting the attention of the authorities and resulting in a new charge against him. According to court records, Tay was accused of possessing a prohibited item in a detention center, which is a third-degree misdemeanor. Though he hasn't been caught in possession of a cell phone, billionaire rapper Durkio might be concealing additional illicit stuff in it. Ironically, Lil Durk and Chef G have a lot in common. According to Lil Durk's indictment, Chef G was accused of providing his friends with expensive dinners, and the OTF head offered his gang members money and lucrative recording opportunities in exchange for their song performances. To get an idea of what it might be, we need to look at the other rappers who have served time in prison. PlayStation. It's possible that Durk's cell contains an entire game console. In a well-planned operation on May 16th, the IPD targeted the innocent members of a renowned gang, including two well-known rappers, Chef G and Sleepy Hallow. Even though these rappers' tracks received millions of views, their entire worlds were turned upside down when law enforcement captured them in a netcast. Continuous intelligence collection and surveillance led to the operation, concentrated on the 9-Way gang and the 8-Tray gang, which had long loomed over the Crown Heights and Flatbush communities. The scope of the organization was made clear by the indictment, which included an astounding 140 charges against 32 people in a string of horrific killings. At least 12 gunshots and a murder that was horribly caught on film were among the serious allegations the gang was facing. Chef G's group was charged with ordering, organizing, and carrying out destructive activities that rocked the community. From Brooklyn to Manhattan, and even across state lines to New Jersey, the gang had extended its reach. Eric Gonzalez, Brooklyn's district attorney, disclosed that Chef G's music revenue reportedly financed the gang's activities. It is alleged that the rapper urged gang members to commit violent crimes by using his wealth to finance additional gang activity. One violent event that drew our notice was the egregious boldness of a mass shooting in Brooklyn. The suspects reportedly arrived in a vehicle and opened fire on members of a rival group. Witnesses fled in terror as one person was killed and 5 others were injured in the resulting chaos. Following the massacre, a horrifying festivity of violence was revealed. Del Gonzalez said that while Chef G was having fun with game consoles while incarcerated, other rappers were preparing for combat with bombs and shanks. In addition, it is said that Chef G celebrated the shooters' deadly score against their operations by treating them to a lavish steak dinner at a restaurant in Manhattan. Because Wayne Melly was found in possession of some of the most absurd weapons, including bombs and shanks, in terms of being safe while incarcerated, Durk might want to learn from the rapper. The discovery of contraband in Melly's chamber was like something from a crime movie, and a routine check by jail staff swiftly escalated into a high-stakes operation. On what seemed to be a normal day, Broward County jail staff unexpectedly searched the rapper's cell. As they meticulously combed through his belongings, they discovered something very strange. Some of the personal items were handmade. He is supplied with prescription drugs and, more worryingly, pipe bombs. Following the alarming discovery, the facility was immediately placed under lockdown, and a thorough investigation into the possible entry of such hazardous items was carried out. The jail staff initially responded that the rapper, who was already facing serious double homicide charges, had to deal with the possibility of additional charges related to the contraband after swift and decisive security measures were tightened and an internal investigation was underway to determine whether there was any inside assistance in smuggling the contraband. At a pre-trial hearing for Melly's double murder case on September 27, 2022, the prosecution disclosed startling facts about the rapper's involvement in additional odd instances. They provided evidence from a confidential source that Melly had conspired to escape from the Broward County Jail. According to the alleged theme, which was believed to have started to take shape in April, Melly's lawyer smuggled in 2 chain keys to aid the escape. Raven Liberty, Melly's attorney, vehemently denied the shocking claims of an escape plan. She firmly denied the accusations, saying they were baseless and a smear campaign against her client. She also mentioned that Melly was strip-searched before and after every visit, emphasizing the strict security protocols that make it difficult for any illegal items, including handcuff keys, to evade detection. Prosecutors have also claimed that Liberty has been exploiting her login credentials to allow unrecorded video visits and that Melly has been making unauthorized calls in addition to the accusations against the escape plan. Bobby Schmurda was also caught, and his case is likewise crazy. Melly was not the only rapper suspected of seeking outside assistance while awaiting trial at Rikers Island in July 2015. New charges of prison contraband were now being brought against Schmurda. The event is said to have occurred during a routine visit from his girlfriend, Kimberly Russo, in the summer of 2015. According to prosecutors, Russo attempted, in order to provide Schmurda with a fake knife that was concealed within a latex glove that was worn beneath her bra. Watchful prison guards foiled this audacious scheme, and Russo and Schmurda were indicted in Bronx criminal court. Schmurda appeared before the judge and entered a not guilty plea to the contraband counts, arguing that Russo's plans were unknown to Schmurda and that the accusations were baseless. The girlfriend was also charged with inciting jail contraband, despite his not guilty plea. Because he enjoys listening to music, Durk will want to have some playing while he is in his cell. He won't, however. be the first rapper to sneak in a music player because Lil Wayne established the standard. The story of the rapper's arrival at Rikers Island in 2010 is equally as spectacular as his career in 2007. Lil Wayne's life drastically changed when he was imprisoned for unlawfully owning a pistol in New York City. After a show at the Beacon Theater, police discovered a loaded .40 caliber handgun on his tour vehicle. Despite the efforts of his legal team, Wayne entered a guilty plea to the charges in 2009 and was given a 1-year term at Rikers Island, a prison that houses some of New York's most seasoned offenders. Even though headphones and an MP3 charger seem innocuous outside of prison, the rapper's possession of them while in custody was determined to be unlawful. It was discovered early on a Tuesday morning, wrapped in an aluminum potato chip bag and hidden in a rubbish can, suggesting that the items were intentionally hidden. Among the many concerns brought up by the incident was how the contraband reached a well-known prisoner. While convicts at Rikers Island are permitted to purchase headphones and a standard AM/FM radio from the jail canteen, the MP3 charger and headphones discovered in Wayne's possession were prohibited items. Following this protocol violation, prison officials immediately began an investigation because they were keen to ascertain the source of the contraband and the extent of any internal collusion. Complicating matters further, an MP3 player was found in the cell of another offender during a subsequent check of the housing area where Lil Wayne was being held. This finding raised worries about a possible network of contraband exchange within the jail, as Wayne and the other inmate were both charged with possession of contraband, but it was unclear what precise penalties they would face at this time. In an effort to stop any further cooperation or exchange of illegal things, Rikers Island officials quickly moved Lil Wayne and the unnamed inmate into separate living sections while the inquiry was ongoing. In an earlier interview with Rolling Stone before his incarceration, Lil Wayne stated that the contraband was more than just a breach of jail regulations. Wayne has already stated that he wants to have an iPod and continue to get beaten when he is in prison. Was found in possession of an MP3 charger and headphones. During a shooting incident in 2022 that injured fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, Canadian rapper Tory Lanez was found guilty of assault with a semi-automatic pistol, having a loaded and hidden firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Tory was found guilty and given a 10-year prison sentence, which significantly altered his life and profession. However, since he initiated the prison recording series, his incarceration would not persist. This next musician might inspire Durk to keep recording gear and creating songs while he is behind bars. Tory remained committed to his musical career in spite of his imprisonment. He shared a recorded call on Instagram, revealing that he and his engineer had finally been able to produce music over the jail phone with a sound quality comparable to his earlier work outside the prison gates. However, after he released a few recordings, the rapper Joy's equipment was seized, ending his brief career. An important turning point in Tory's ongoing saga was the surprise raid at the California Correctional Institution. When prison officials inspected the cell block, it started off as a very ordinary day, but soon became a historic event with far-reaching consequences. Finally, with the same expertise I had on the street, my engineer and I were able to record music on the jail phone. The equipment that had been crucial to Lanez's ability to create music while incarcerated was found and seized by authorities during this search of the cell, ending his jail cassette series and igniting a swirl of rumors and controversy. This was done in accordance with the prison's stringent rules, which forbid inmates from owning recording equipment. Gadgets among the justifications offered for this prohibition are security lapses and the potential for illicit communication with the outside world. A key member of Lanez's legal team and the CEO of Unite the People, Cesar McDowell, responded quickly to the event. McDowell confirmed that jail officials had already warned Tory's crew about the violation, emphasizing the facility's severe policies on recording devices. Despite these warnings, the removal of the equipment seriously damaged Tory's artistic endeavors and his ability to interact with his fan base. Finally, speaking out about the issue, the The rapper revealed that prison officials had terminated his project because they knew he was helping other inmates find a path to freedom.
Rumors are true. The prison tapes will be discontinued until further notice, Tory began.
But I believe it's critical that my supporters are aware of the reality of this situation. My cell wasn't looted and destroyed because I created the prison tape or learned how to film myself while incarcerated. I was shut down when the higher-ups saw what I was actually accomplishing with the jail videos and how many inmates were receiving life-changing assistance because of them. According to the musician, he planned to use the money he made from his initiatives to help convicts with their legal struggles. Since July, I have aggressively reopened 476 cases and provided legal assistance to 472 inmates, despite the jail authorities temporarily halting my overall goal. In order to provide my fellow prisoners with a once-in-a-lifetime chance to be reunited with their families following appeal and resentencing, I am trying to figure out how to record music and use the proceeds to help them hire attorneys. He used Duro's money and contacts to post, and it would be startling to see him imitate Tor's drug use. Many rappers have been caught taking narcotics. Rapper TTG Fred was arrested in 2022 after attempting to smuggle drugs into Clayton Prison. He and 4 other people were seen carrying narcotics, booze, cigarettes, and cell phones to the jail and discarding them behind the security barrier. Fred, however, is not the only rapper who has been discovered in possession of drugs while confined. Earlier this year in June, prison officials apprehended Blueface smoking meth. Correctional officials chose to surprise everyone by checking the rapper's cell as part of their daily shower that morning. He was unaware that prison guards would raid his cell. When the rapper was safely out of sight, the officers turned his cell inside out and discovered a startling white powder. They said that after analyzing the powder, they discovered that it was crystal meth that had been unlawfully brought into the prison. While Blueface was discovered in possession of meth in his cell, Young Thug chose to go one step further and conduct a drug sale in court. It was meant to be a normal hearing, but it was anything but. In an event that would be extensively publicized, his lawyer was present with his co-defendant, K.F. Adams. Adams reportedly approached Young Thug out of the blue and started exchanging drugs with him, according to the authorities. According to court filings, the behavior was captured on camera, which would have given the already contentious sessions more drama. While Young Thug was walking alone to his destination, Adams put something into his palm. According to the prosecution, the object was a prescription drug called Percocet. According to some, Young Thug wanted to hide the illicit object beneath the table, but a vigilant sheriff's officer saw the transaction and intervened quickly. The officer went to Young Thug and removed the Percocet to keep things from going worse. The court hearings were delayed as a result of the way police enforcement responded to the incident. Deputies searched Adams after he allegedly objected, but they found more illicit materials, including tobacco, marijuana, and other objects wrapped in plastic and food seasonings to cover up the odor. This sudden development gave the case a new dimension as the courtroom considered the ramifications of the unlawful actions of distribution and possession that took place within its walls. It raised concerns about public safety and the lengths people might go to circumvent the law. It's true that Duro has struggled with drug addiction for a while. The rapper disclosed earlier this year that he had checked himself into a rehab facility.
Listen, we got word that you were in rehab.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, can we talk about that a little bit?
No, we good. I want to embrace it, you know what I'm saying? Because it helped me a lot. I won't even say it was tough at first. It was tough at first, but it ain't that tough because I really knew what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I knew.
In order to become a better father and leader, he also disclosed his wish to kick his Xanax and codeine addiction.
Is that what it was codeine?
Yeah, Xanax. I wanted better. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a better man, a better father, a better leader.
And now that he may be able to smuggle drugs into the jail, it appears like all of his hard work could be undone. I hope he stays sober while managing the prison. Young Thug and a collaborator ran the jail and sold drugs in courtrooms, an unexpected discovery. The bribery and contraband incident at the Fulton County Detention Center saw 5 arrests, including an inmate connected to Atlanta musician Young Thug. The explosive examination revealed a network of corruption that had crept into the core of the legal system. Carmen Bailey was a former security guard at the detention center who was accused of accepting bribes and giving prisoners forbidden objects. A series of questionable activities at the Fulton County Detention Center initially sparked concerns, which prompted a more thorough review of the facility's operations and the start of an investigation into the bribery and contraband scandal. The investigation quickly uncovered a complicated web of criminal activity with former detention center guard Carmen Bailey at its core. Carmen Bailey, 31, a former guard, was arrested on serious charges on October 4th, including 2 counts of bribery, 4 counts of breaching the oath of office, and 2 counts of getting, procuring, or delivering prohibited inmates. Constituents, her arrest was a major investigative breakthrough that revealed the depth of wrongdoing in the correctional complex. Bailey left the site early this year as the probe was ongoing. He had been employed there since September 2023. The charges against Bailey are instructive and startling. She allegedly obtained more than 20 payments totaling $7,000 from the relatives of the prisoners under her supervision. These payments were purportedly made in exchange for bringing illicit commodities into the facility, which constituted a grave breach of security and trust. The shortcomings of the prison facility and the ease with which this allows corruption to flourish. Bailey's relationship with the family of Marquavius High, a prisoner who was on trial with Atlanta rapper Young Thug in a well-known gang and racketeering case, was among the most noteworthy ties in this story. The prosecution accuses Young Thug's crew, the LISL, of being behind several murders. The defense, however, argues that LISL is not a criminal organization, but rather only the name of Young Thug's music business. The investigation revealed that Bailey took money from Who's 18-year-old sister, Jamia Hui, and his 45-year-old mother, Melissa Hui. The 2 females are charged with a single offense of, because he has so much bread on hand, Durk will have no trouble trying to recruit correctional officials to work for him. However, it will be interesting to see whether he gets caught with anything, as he may smuggle everything to prison. The Huey family became even more embroiled in the dispute as a result of bribery. These individuals' involvement shows the intricate web of relationships and transactions that made it easier for illicit products to enter the prison.